I'm going to get another sustainer and put it on top. There's a distant view there in the mirror, and as you can see there's enough space for another sustainer, so I'll get another one and see what happens. This one's got the router in. It's a 1400 router, and it fits on there nicely. That's with the router, TS55 sander, and a Sys Roll screw box on the bottom. There's this nice strap that goes all the way around. Obviously you'd have to click them all together to get it all to sort of mesh together. Obviously this is one of the older sustainers, so it's not going to clip on top of this one. Anyway, I'll take it off. I just put it on there for demonstration purposes so you can see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how easy it is to tip it over, because that's quite impressive. There's a massive handle on the back here. You just put your foot on the bottom, then using one finger here I can tilt it, and it just feels like it doesn't weigh anything. I'm just moving it around now. Let me just take that top sustainer off. Okay. Right, now back to square one. This straps all the way round, and it slides up and down a nice little rail here, so you can move it to the position you want. And Bob's your uncle. The other side goes on a sort of track, and that slides down. And there's an adjustable, pulley thing that you can tighten it up with, and a quick release catch like that. I have to do this with one hand now. I'll just click that back on. Okay, that's clipped back on. What else? Oh, another good thing about it is it can tilt this way like this, so you can wheel it around just like that in a normal sort of sack truck style, which is really good. And also when you put it down flat like this, like that, you can pivot it, and I'm doing this with one hand, so it rolls in all directions, which is really good. Also you can push it in the upright position and it steers, so then you just tilt it back. I've just gone through a door. That's a door in my flat. It's quite wide. This is a standard sized door, so it goes through with about, I don't know, 4 inches on each, on one side. If you put the wheel up there, there's about 4 inches down here, yeah, down there, so it's quite wide. I'm going to try and take it outside, and I'm going to try and put it on a public transport, because what I'm thinking about doing is trying to get it on a bus, but I haven't tried that yet. But I mean, if they won't take it, they won't take it, but I'll see. I'll try and film that as well. Maybe I'll add it onto the film. See, it's rolling on its own accord now, so to stop that, there's a nice little, well, on each front wheel there's a clip, so it's locked now, so it can't roll away down the hill, which is a really nice feature. Oh yeah, another nice feature is this, which is at the bottom. It's just got a little drawer here, which has got a kind of a clip here, so it doesn't fly open when you're going along, and that pops out as well, which I didn't know. So that just slides in and then clips in. It's a clip thing, and that stops it coming out, and then clips closed. So that's probably where I'll be putting my hammers and I don't know, all kind of stuff that you definitely need to take on jobs. And then the top ones are going to be used for putting, you know, main tools and stuff and screws. So I'm not sure whether, I don't know whether a screw container would fit in there. I'll have to try that out, because that might be a good place to put, you know, the inserts for the screw sustainer. That could maybe go in there so the screws are always with you, or stuff like sandpaper and stuff like that. Yeah, it seems really quite sturdy as well. I can't move it on the rollers. I'll unclip those, give it a little spin like that, so I can spin it round really easy. I'm just doing that with one hand, and it rolls on the floor really nicely like that. This is my old Wolfcraft, which I used to use, which is it's a lot slimmer between the wheels, and it folds, but it's a bit of a pain to get up the stairs, the Wolfcraft, whereas with this one I've tried it on the stairs outside my flat, and it just seems to go straight up the stairs quite easily. I'll try and film that and add to this later. Okay, I better not go on too much now. I'm just coming through here, back into here. You know, I'm just doing all this. I'm filming this with holding my phone, and I'm still able to kind of easily move the whole thing when it's loaded up, which is pretty good. See, like that. Let me just take them off so you can see what it looks like without them on. So, just basically unclip that little thing, take off the sustainers. I've got them all clipped together at the moment, like that. So there you go, that's the actual thing on its own. It's quite wide. I think I read somewhere it's 600 wide, 600 millimeter should I say. Obviously this piece on the bottom here, it doesn't fold up like a traditional sack truck. It's just a platform which stays like that, so it's a bit like a roll board in that way. What else can I say about this? There are these things here which seem to slide up. I'm not quite sure what the function of those is, and there's a hole in there as well, which I'm not quite sure what that's for yet. I think it might be to do with you position these where you need them when you've got the sustainers on, so when they're all clipped together it kind of acts as a kind of spacer of some sort. I'll find out. There's also quite a big space at the back of it here. The sustainers come up to here, and then there's a space here which goes all the way down the back, so I think you can put rails and stuff like that, spirit levels, stuff like that in there. If I can't get it on the bus, I'm going to try and take it on the tube, just because I do a lot of work in people's houses, so you know, if I can get it on the tube or the bus, that saves me having to mess around with vans and cars and all the rest of it, because it's really hard to park in central London. The other thing I thought was maybe the wheels seem to be, they're not the same. They look the same as the ones that are on the CTL 22 vac, but they're not. They're actually much more sturdy. They're not kind of hollow in here. Well, the wheel's hollow, but it's sealed over here, and it feels a lot stronger. And also the tread is slightly different from the CTL 22 vac. It's a bit more rubbery rather than plastic, hard plastic like the vac. So that's a good thing. They're nice big wheels, so it should make it easy to get up the stairs. And also when you're coming upstairs, there's this removable piece here which is made out of green plastic, which is that stuff, I think it's a similar kind of stuff they use on the rails, so it can, when you're coming up a stair, the nosing of the stair rubs on this bit, and that kind of it helps it to get up the stairs much more easily without damaging the actual truck. and this is removable, so I'm assuming you can you can take these off when they get worn, and then it protects the actual truck itself, so that's a good idea as well. This is the back, and this is the sliding thing. There's also a track on the back here, which I don't know, that might have some use at some point, I'm not sure, but it seems they've thought of that for some reason. It's probably, you'd be able to maybe lock some kind of cramp or something like that. I'll have to look into that later. Anyway, I won't go too long now because I'm up to 10 minutes already on this and still finding new things with it, but I'll add to this and put it on YouTube. Bye.